Bible story. If you settle now, when are you going to not settle anymore? When are you going to go claim what God has laid out there for you to be, do, and have? And if it's not right now, then when is it going to be? Is it going to be next year, really? I don't know about you, but the older I get, the harder it is to get going every day. Not hard, I'm 44, but I would say right now is the best time. And you think later on, I'll tell you, not doing something or taking action is a habit. And jumping on things, taking immediate massive action is also a habit. And that's the habit you need to embrace and push on to it.
Yeah, awesome, number one. Jeff, one last question here. On behalf of myself and a little bit of people in the audience. At this point in your life, who's your hero?
That's great. Number one, I will just tell you, my grandfather is my hero. He's passed away. Great Cat, my mentor, is my hero. He does not teach me business skills, by the way. Some people are great at business. That's not his strength. I'm so driven and so motivated inside. Remember the movie Seabiscuit, where he was so driven, it was wild, it was a little crazy, and then they brought that mirror in there. It was a female horse, all of a sudden calm down, and that's what we're operations. Well, we know really driven people need someone in our life. Sometimes it's your spouse, sometimes someone that balances you out, and he's been that for me. He's done that for me. I also look around the world, and I see him make the biggest impact in the world. People who have done things, the Gandhis of the world, Mandelas of the world. Bill Gates is my current hero on the philanthropy side because he stepped away from being the richest man in the world to go through the world. Who does that? Most people just keep trying to rack it up until they die, and then at their deathbed they sign it away. Right now, his goal, he's personally responsible for saving millions of lives, and he's going to save millions more in his lifetime. And not many people, a lot of people can say, hey, I made millions of dollars. There's very few people that can literally be personally responsible for saving millions of people's lives and saving themselves. And that is a hero in my book, more than anyone.
Awesome. Let's take a few questions here from the audience. If anyone has a question, Mr. Pelmore.
Hey, I saw your numbers that you just posted today, and 1 month you did 27 direct records. So what happened that month? How many numbers did you get?
Without getting too much into it, we had something called .planet from Zillionaire.com, and there's like this little window where people still have to sign up. It was $50 and not $100, and they were joining the internet side of our business, and it was a little awkward. And that was where the huge spike came from that 1 month. We jumped all over that. But you know what's interesting? The people who were brought in during that era have a Z in front of their code because they actually joined Zillionaire.com, not this business. But here's what's interesting. Jamie Villalobos has a Z in front of her code. So here's the message or lesson in that. No matter what you recruited to, as long as you get some people in the door, you never know who's going to work out and who's not going to work out. So any means that you need to embrace to expose lots of people to this, it's worth taking a shot at. But do it and do it fast and do it big. So even though that side of our business flopped, the .com bubble burst in 2001 and 2 and that all went away, we found a lot of great people during that surge and rush. And that helped, that made a big game change.
Maybe you want to ask a question?
Hi, my name is Taryn Parsons. I just wanted to ask you, you're a young person starting in the business. What did you do to overcome those challenges of being a young man in the financial services industry?
Yeah, I was scared of older people. I thought, why is someone my dad's age going to put their money with me? I'm young. Maybe they're going to sense that I'm broke and this and that. And so I went to the founder of the company and said, hey, I'm young and single, and how do you win here being young and single? He said, well, it's okay to be young and single as long as you act old and married. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, you got to dress like older married people dress. You got to kind of carry yourself in a way that older people carry themselves so you can relate and be more relatable. And he said, you got to watch wealthier people, how they carry themselves, and start carrying yourself that way. How you carry yourself. A lot of young people want to be young, and they have cool haircuts, and they got the piercings and the this and the that. I don't care, I'm not judging anyone. I grew up kind of in a bad area, but you don't cover all that crap up, man. Or people look at yourself in the mirror and say, would somebody with money put money with me? And if they're going to put money with you, they're not going to join you in the financial business. So it's not judging whether you're cool or not. You have to let go of cool for a little bit to go make some money. I think making money becomes cool now, not your clothes, right? So I started dressing conservative. I started dressing older, cut my hair older. I go on appointments. I bought fake glasses. They weren't prescription, but I just thought it looked smarter with glasses. So whenever I talk to wealthier people, and it was like this. I'll show you guys. You're going to laugh, but I mean, I did it. I'd go on appointments, and I'd say, let me see your 401k statement. You know, I'd be with someone in their 50s, and I was 24 years old. And they'd pull it out, and I'd, let me look at this. And people like look for their glasses like they don't know where it is. I'm slapping my chest. Oh, here they are. And I bought these non-prescription glasses and put them on. I took them down to the edge of my nose and look at the paper. Oh, I see. I think we can do something better for you here. And then when I get up, I groan like, oh, my back. Man, I was 24 and my back was hurting. But other people complain about the back. So I'm with older people, I complain about the back. I put my glasses on. And I really knew my stuff, more so than anything. All that other stuff is fun and funny, but I really had to know my stuff. So I thought, if I'm going to do well here, and I have to overcome being young, I just need to be extra sharp. If Alexander the Great from Macedonia could conquer most of the known world in his teens and 20s, I could go sell some financial services over. So I just knew I needed to be smarter and then just carry myself like an older person. You're welcome. Nice to meet you. Good luck to you.
Great question, by the way. Janella?
Hey, I'm Johnny. I have a quick question. So, you stated earlier that you spoke to your best friend responded with you. You mentioned the business, you were explaining the business. He said, hey, I'm not interested. Call me back with that money. So that was an approach. Not even approach necessarily, was your approach to the company. You called your father responded with the same exact thing. Okay, call me back later. And then calling your mom, your approach was definitely enhanced by what it was still the outcome. But you never once told us when it was positive. So where was it at your point in your life when you found your niche and what was it?
You know what? I failed fast. I made all the mistakes everyone makes. I was horrible at prospecting. I stumbled over myself. I said the wrong things. I said too much. I didn't say enough. I went back to that same best friend 6 months later after I had prospected hundreds of people and I was good at my trade. So I went and saw him this time. And I'm like, hey man, how's your job going? And I talked about him for a little bit. And he told me his thing. Oh, that's too bad. Hey man, are you still looking for anything better? Can you keep your options open? He's like, yeah, man, I'm always looking for something better. And then I laid it on him with my new skills. And he goes, man, I'm really interested in that. He goes, I'm glad it's not that thing we were doing 6 months ago. I said, me too. This is way better. I was smarter, man. You're not going to be bad at it forever. The deal is, the more you do of something, the better you're going to get at it. Anything, everybody, anything you do, the more you do of it, the better you're going to get. So do a whole bunch of it fast, even if you blow it. Even if you screw up, don't be afraid to screw up. You're going to have it. If you have to go through, everyone's got a number. If you have to go through, some people's numbers is 7, some is 700, right? Anywhere in between of how many screw-ups you have to do before you're good, just hurry up and get through your number. And then be good at it the rest of your life. So you'll get good at this thing. You just got to hurry up through the rough ones. And everyone's got those stories. I don't know anybody who's literally scenario disaster important people. But you can always loop back around. As long as they don't pass away and die, you can get them later. By the way, all of those people, my dad had a code, my mom became an SMD, my best friend got it. I mean, I got them all. Eventually you'll get them all. Not necessarily will they do anything, but you'll end up getting them all as long as you stay with it. All right?
Just don't quit. You don't quit. Next year you're here.
Yeah. I don't quit. Listen.
Hi, I'm Zara Mazan. My question is, if you were to do it all over again and become coded now, that's not mandatory to get your securities license, how soon, if you would you get it? And if you wouldn't, why not?
You know what? There's a lot of different opinions on the securities license. I'll just tell you this, I want to override everything. If you're in the building business, which is, you just want lots of people, of all walks of life, of all skill sets, I don't want to leave any money on the table. If my team started doing stuff with their Series 7, I'd go get my Series 7. If you can override truck driving, I get my CDL license, I can override miles, I gotta drive the trucks. I want to override everything that someone does, so I'll get whatever license I need to override my team. We have a little team, I don't want all the, see, some people go and get licenses because they're afraid to do their real business, which is recruiting people. And they're comfortable, you don't face rejection while you're sitting in front of a book studying. So a lot of people, the intellects, smart ones, no offense if you are, but there's no rejection sitting there reading a book and studying for a test. So some people, you notice, they get all their licenses, but they have no team. Well, that's not what this is about. You've got to get good at that side, whether you like it or not. If you are building a big team, well, you're going to need all your licenses at some point to go to the top and override it all. So you do it when you think you need to, but I would tell you, primarily, build that team and get good at recruiting people and building people first. You can always get licenses later, but if you never get good at the recruiting people side, all the licenses in the world aren't going to make you that much money.
Great questions, guys. All right, you guys were out of time for this right here. Please give Jeff a warm team.